This is Go Math, lesson 12.5, page 505. Here we're going to problem solve. We're going to make some new two-dimensional shapes. Remember, that's our flat shapes. We're going to have to really picture or visualize these in our mind to kind of help us make the new shape. So it starts with this question. What do I need to find out? Well, before we know the question, we have to read. So let's read the problem first. Cora wants to combine shapes to make a circle. She has this shape here. How can Cora make a circle? Okay, now this is not a triangle because a triangle does not have a curved part here. So this is part of a circle, but she needs to make a whole circle. So if you kind of visualize here a whole circle, okay, and she's got part of it. So what do we need to find out? We need to find out how she can make a circle. Okay, that's right here. How does she make a circle? What information can we use? Well, we can use the information of the shape that she has. She has a curved figure that looks like part of a circle. So if we were to put two of these together, this one and this one, if we were to push those together, that would make a half circle. Okay, and from yesterday's lesson, we learned that a half circle can be put again on the top to make a circle. So that's what they did here. So they put the half circle, used two of those to make a half circle, two more to make another half circle, and when you push them together, it makes the whole circle. So then we can see right here, if we were to draw these two lines right here, we could see here is her first shape, the curved with the two lines, curved with the two lines, curved with the two lines, curved with the two sides, and put all four of those together and it made a circle. Okay, that's what we're going to be working on today. All right, so let's look. This time we have using a square to make a larger square. Okay, so what we need to remember about squares is all four sides are the same. Okay, so we learned from yesterday's lesson, if we combine two squares, that will make a rectangle. If you push them together, that will make a rectangle. So there are two squares. But remember, we want to make a larger square, not a rectangle. So if we brought this one and another one right beside it and push those two rectangles that we made together, would that make a larger square? So let's check. If we make those, we use two squares to make a rectangle, and we use two more squares to make another rectangle, and push them all together, and then that made a larger square. Now all my four sides are the same. So that's how we're able to do that. Okay, number two, we're going to use a triangle to make a rectangle. So we're going to combine some shapes to make a new shape. So if we combine a triangle and another triangle, we can make a square. But if you just push those together, it doesn't. You have to flip it over and put the long sides together. So if you see right here, and then my line's not very straight, but here's this triangle. If I flip this one over, then I can make a square out of it. So I use those two to make a square. Now I can take this square and another square the same size by using two more triangles, and I can make a rectangle. So here is the square, this one. So here's my two triangles, and then I used two triangles over here. So I used four triangles to make a rectangle. All right, page 507. Use shapes to solve. Draw to show your work. All right, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to use triangles to make a rectangle. Okay, you can see our triangles are a little bit different shape than the previous ones. They're a little bit longer, skinnier at the top, okay? They still have three sides. Triangles can be in any kind of shape as long as they have three sides and three vertices, okay? So I know they're triangles because I see 3 sides and 3 vertices. They're just pulled a little taller. Okay, so how can I use those to make a rectangle? So if I just put them next to each other, it doesn't. But if I were to flip this one over and put this small point over here, it would kind of go like this. And then I think it would make a rectangle. So I think that's what they did here. So they put them kind of like that. Okay? So then I'm going to use this. Oh, now I made a rectangle. I know if I put 2 rectangles together, it makes a square. So here's my square, and if I put my 2 rectangles, and then here were my 2 triangles on this side, and my 2 triangles on that side. So I used 4 triangles to make a square. Okay, so we're going to use, remember this was called a trapezoid because it has a short and a long, and then 2 angles, so 4 sides and 4 vertices, trapezoid and a triangle to make this diamond shape. Okay, so I first want to make a triangle out of that. If I put this short triangle up here, then it will kind of look like that, and that looks like now I have a big triangle. Okay, that's this one. So they did this. Okay, that was my first step. So here's my trapezoid, here's my triangle. Then I'm going to use this big triangle to make the diamond shape. So if I can see right here, if I draw a side from this vertex to this vertex, I can see there's that triangle, and then here is that second triangle. So they might have you could make your trapezoid here. You can make your trapezoid wherever, really. And there. Okay? So I used 2 triangles and 2 trapezoids to make a diamond. Okay, this page I'd like you to do on your own. It's just kind of to see how you're doing, so you can see what you remember from what we've learned so far. So on number 1 and 2, you're going to write the number of sides and vertices, which means corners, each shape has, the trapezoid and the hexagon. So how many sides does it have, how many vertices? On this one, this is what we did yesterday, circle the shapes that can be combined, put together to make the new shape. So to make this shape, which 2 shapes do you need? So think about the curved and straight lines. So you're going to circle proper 2. Which new shape can you make? Okay, so if you follow these steps, which new shape will you make? So if you combine a square and part of a circle, I know it's part of a circle like we used at the beginning because it has a curve here, to make this. And then if you use this and another one of these, which shape will you use? Okay, so look for something that is long but also curved. Okay, make your best guess. If you'd like to, go on to do pages 508 on the white. Okay. In our packet, we're going to do lesson 7, adding 3 numbers. So remember, we learned lots of strategies to add. We used the double strategy to add. We used counting on strategy to add by using our number line going forward. We've learned the strategy where we can make a group of 10 and then add from 10. So we're going to look at those 3 strategies, and we're going to add using those strategies. So let's just review. To make a 10, you look for 2 of your 3 add-ins that can make 10. So 8 and 2 makes 10 because it's 8, and 1, 2, 2 more makes 10. So they're going to add 8 and 2 to make 10. And then you need to add the third add-in plus 6. So 10 plus 6. So remember, when you're adding 10, it's very easy to add any other number because it's 10 and then 6 more would just be 16. If you're not sure, you go and check on your number line. 10 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16. Okay? Oh, over here. 16, sorry. So that means all 3 of these add-ins, 2 plus 6 plus 8 is 16. Remember to add all 3 add-ins, not just 2. Okay, on this one we can see there's some doubles. So if I add 8 plus 8, we know our doubles is 16. If you forgot, you go to your number line and you do 8 plus 8 more. But we're not done. We still have to add 4 more. So 16 plus 4. So go to 16 and 4 hops. Plus 4 means go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20. So all 3 add-ins equal 20. 8 plus 8 plus 4. Okay, the count-on strategy is just using your number line. So you just pick 2 add-ins that you're going to use your number line, and then you're going to add the third one. So they started with 6 plus 3, so they went 6 and plus 3 hops. 1, 2, 3, and they got 9. And you still need to add the add-in for 8. So start at 9 and 8 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17. So all 3 add-ins, because 6 and 3 is 9, and plus 8 is 17. Okay? So now they tell you what strategy you're going to use. So, or you're going to tell them which strategy you use, and you're going to circle it. So if you see doubles, then you know that's the strategy you're going to use. Okay? But you also, I want you to, you also need to put the answer, because it says find the sum. Sum is the answer. So we know 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay? And then I still need to add 4 more. So plus 4. So I'm not done. So go to 14 and 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 18. So my sum is 18, and I use the double strategy. Okay? This one, if I see 9 and 1 more, oh, I know that makes a 10. So I'm going to make a 10 strategy. So 9 and 1, that makes 10. Then I need to only add 8 more. And I know 10 plus 8 is 18. If you don't remember that, you go to your number line. 10 plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it makes it easy when you add a 10, because 0 is an easy one to add to. Okay? I do not see any doubles, so I can't do a doubles. I could make a 10 if I wanted, or I could just use count on. So I'm just going to use count on. I'm going to add these 2, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 is 8. Okay, and then I need to add 4 more. 8 plus 4. So 8 is my big number, 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. And I use the count on strategy. Okay, so you're going to go down here, and you're going to do these 3 on your own. Look first to see if you have a doubles. If you do have doubles, then that should be your strategy. Then look to see if you have something that can make a 10. If you see something that can make a 10, like remember, fill up a 10 frame, then make a 10. If you don't see anything, then just use the count on. Just start at one of the add-ins, hop to the next, and hop to the next. Okay? All right, you're going to do the same thing on the back of this page. Look for doubles, look for a group of 10, or count on. And make sure you put the answer. Make sure you add all 3 add-ins. Let's go to number 16. Christine has 7 red buttons, 3 blue buttons, and 4 yellow buttons. How many buttons does she have? Okay, if they want to know all the buttons together, that means we have to add. So we have to add 7, 3, and 4. So go ahead and write that, just like we've been doing up here. 7, 3, and 4. Put your plus sign. Now, if you see a 10, you could use the make a 10 strategy. If you don't, then just count on. I'm going to add 3 and 4 because I have a feeling, because I know 3 plus 3 is 6 and 4 is 1 more, so that's 7. I'm just going to check that. 3 plus 4, 4, 1, 2, 3 is 7. And then I see a double now, 7 plus 7. So that tells me the answer is 14. So she has 14 buttons. Okay, have a great day with math.